Morning, crafty friends. How's everybody doing? I am here with a fun little share. So, for starters, as I know most of you are as well, am an art supply addict. And there's so many watercolors that I really want to try. Like, there's some real expensive ones that were made with honey as a binder that everybody loves so much, and on Etsy there's all these indie creators creating their own watercolors, coming up with some gorgeous colors and things like that. Well, of course the problem is these are all just out of my budget until I found out there's such a thing as a dot card, where they put dots of the paints on a card, in a sense as a sample. And that opened a whole new world for me. A rabbit hole that I should not have gone down, but I did. And so then I started searching dot cards to see which companies had them so I could try to decide which one I wanted to try first. And Daniel Smith is a creator of high-end watercolors, and I didn't know that he came out with a line as his Primatech line. And it's 36 paints that were made with minerals and crystals. What? I'm the crystal girl and there's crystal paints out there. I have got to have these. Now, there's 36 colors and they range in price depending on the color from $15 a tube up to $25 a tube. So, no way that's ever going to happen, except I was able to get a set of dot cards for $10. Super excited, and so I thought I'd share them with you today, and I thought it would be super fun to show you the crystals that are in the paints that he used in his paints. Now, I don't have all of them. Some of them are new to me that I've never heard of, but, so I ordered them from St. Louis Art Supply, and it was really cute. They sent a ruler, and I think they're only about an hour away from me, but I went ahead and paid for shipping. Here's their sticker, pencil shaving, and then on the, oh, this part of the packaging, I was like, what was that? On the, this is my invoice, my receipt. Thanks, Misty. They put this cute little stamp, or not little, but this cute stamp of this wizard guy. I love that, so I'm going to add that into a journal. And then here is the little info that came with the dot cards. These are the colors, and these are also granulating because of the particles of minerals are heavier, so they don't fully dissolve and blend. And then here's the dot cards. So I thought we could go through them and I'd show you the crystals that if I have them. And so this is what they look like. And they take the tube of paint and just, put a dot. And apparently, this is my first set of dot cards, but apparently they were very generous. Some dot cards are just barely a little dot, so all you can do is one swatch and then the paint's gone. And then also, because of the composition of these paints, they are hard to re-wet. These ones are meant to be used out of the tube. A lot of times people get the tube paints and then they make palettes with them and they, let them cure and they can use them. But these are a little harder to re-wet, so when it's time that we're going to swatch them, I'm going to put some water on them and let them sit for a while to get the best, be able to get the most amount of pigment on the brush as we can. And then you can see they're all different. Some are matte, some are shiny, you'll see some are sparkly. So these four are called Rockin' Reds. And there's rhodonite, and here is my rhodonite bracelet. And then we've got garnet, which I have tumble garnet. Okay, guys, so on a side note, I have crystals everywhere in my house. So it took me a while. I had to search through the house because I don't always know exactly where they are because, you know, I might be walking past a crystal and it's calling my name that day and I just pick it up and then I'll put it in a new spot when I'm done holding it. So I have crystals all over the house. So it took me a while to hunt through the house to find all these. And I have tumbled garnet, but I couldn't find it. But here is my faceted garnets. They're so pretty. And then we have Minnesota Pipestone, which I hadn't heard about that before, so I didn't know about that one. And then here we've got Bloodstone. And here is my Bloodstone. Stand up and make sure it's focused for you. So you can see the red in there. And then next we've got Oceanic. And we've got Mayan Blue, which I don't have. I'm not really sure what that is. Turquoise, which I don't have any genuine turquoise. That stuff's expensive for the real thing. And then we have Diopside, which I have a faceted piece of chrome diopside, and it's this, just get that to focus. It's this green rectangle. That's my chrome diopside. And just in case you guys wondered, look at this. So can you guys tell, this one changes color based on the kind of light it's in. And it's one of my favorite stones. Let me see if I change the type of light on here, if it will show. It's not showing it through here, but when I look at it with my bare eye, not under this light, it's one color, and then under here it's different. But anyway, that's the chrome diopside. And then green apatite, which I don't have green apatite, I have blue. So that's coming up on a later card, which we will see. And next we have green gems, Amazonite. It's in my pocket still, I forgot to take it out. Look at that gorgeous color. Can you guys guess why this is one of my favorites? So pretty. And this one's mixed with smoky quartz. Love it so much. So pretty. And then we've got fuchsite. Let me make this focus. So that's our fuchsite. And this is a piece. I have better examples somewhere, but I'm not sure where I put those ones. But this is some fuchsite. And then we've got jadeite, which this is not exactly jadeite. This is actual jade from Alaska. I went to a jade mine up there. And next is serpentine. And this is actually a very special kind of serpentine. And it's just gorgeous. And you can see some sparkle in there. But this is just a gorgeous piece. Love it. And then up next we've got red earth. So hematite, burnt scarlet. So hematite, depending on how you find it, can show up in different ways. I'll show you the other way when we get to another card, but in this case, this is clear quartz that has hematite in it. And you can see it gives it a red coloration. Piemonte, I don't have. That was a new one to me. And bauxite, I don't have. And cyclerite, I don't have. Red fuchsia, I didn't know red fuchsia was a thing. I only knew about green. And then bronzite is up next, right here. And here is the bronzite. And do you guys see that glow coming from those flecks in there? I don't know if it fully translates on camera, but it's like gold or bronze embedded in here. It's gorgeous. And then we've got burnt bronzite and red jasper. And here is some red jasper. Now I have, this one isn't as red. My red jaspers are over here on a crystal grid being used, and I didn't want to mess with it. So this is the specimen I have to share. It's a little more on the brown side than the red side. Up next we have, so those were the red sands. And next we have baked earth. This, I don't know how to pronounce and I've never heard of. And then this is Sedona. So this comes from Arizona. And I have a piece that came from the ley lines, the gorgeous red rock in Sedona, Arizona. So that's a beautiful piece of that. And tiger's eye. Here is a really fun tiger's eye sphere, and you can see how tiger's eye has the shiny reflective bits in it that make up stripes that run through it. So that's super. Tiger's eye is one of my mom's favorites. And then the other one was burnt tiger's eye. All right, purpurite. All I have is this little bits of purpurite mixed into the host stone. I don't have a solid piece of purpurite, but very pretty. Beautiful purple color. And amethyst. And let's see. Here is my adorable little amethyst, and this one actually has citrine mixed in. You can see the goldish color in there. So this is really an ametrine, but beautiful purple amethyst. And then sugarlight is next, and it's not translating on camera, but it's real glittery in person. That's my cherry. This is my sugarlight. And then hematite violet is, I don't know, I think they just mixed hematite with violet paint, maybe pigment, because I've never seen purple hematite. Sodalite is right here. Beautiful blue and white. This sunstone, this one has some sunstone mixed in, so they call this sunset sodalite, but sodalite is normally just the blue and white. And zoisite. This green stone is zoisite, not the red. The red is tiny little ruby crystals growing all over this zoisite, but the zoisite is the green part. And then now we have hematite, which before I showed you the hematite that was in the quartz, and the hematite is red here. But then this is how hematite looks in its natural form all by itself. This shiny metallic color. Here I've got one carved into an angel. This is looking black on camera, but it's just from shadow. It's silver like this. I have a whole little crystal angel collection, about 10 of them. And then we've got black tourmaline. Here's a chunk of black tourmaline. It grows in rods, long rods. And is that everything? Up next we have one more card, I think, Blue Beauties. We have Kyanite. And this is blue kyanite. And you see that reflectiveness that it can have when it's polished like this. And lapis lazuli. And here's our lapis. Look at that gorgeous blue. And lapis has pyrite mixed in, so that's what that other color is there. That's pyrite. And then we have Sleeping Beauty turquoise, which I don't have any turquoise, and blue apatite. And here is my blue apatite. And you see that, you can see that it kind of shows up on camera. It's stronger in real life, but let's see. Now that it's focused, it's not showing it. But that's okay. It has, so it's really, really deep and beautiful teal color. And that is all of the cards. So now I set some of them down. I was like, wait, did I miss these? No, I just set them aside for some reason. But so now we're to the point where I'm going to go ahead and get these wet, let them sit for a while, and then we'll make we'll do swatches. And since these, you know, I only have a small amount, I don't want to waste them on swatches. I thought I would do a little painting, and I was so excited. My printer luckily was willing to take the watercolor paper, and so I was able to print this fun image on the watercolor paper, and we can use this to swatch our colors. All right, I'll be back. All right, let's get started with some painting. I put a drop of water on each one to give them a chance to loosen up, hopefully. Let's start over here with green, the Green Gems Serpentine. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Love that. Let's try jadeite. Oh wow, that's a lot of pigment. People were saying that these don't re-wet well, you can barely get pigment. Look at this. Look how much pigment is on here. Really needs a little more water, but I hate to waste the pigment that's on my brush. Maybe they just immediately went in and didn't, you know, put water on it to let it soak for a minute like I did. We're gonna use, well, alright, let's do Amazonite. Again with the pigment, and I just barely went over it this time because that one I got so much. So yeah, these are re-wetting just fine. Now maybe certain ones don't re-wet as well as others, but these here are definitely doing good. Very pretty. Oh, the ink is running. The black ink. I didn't think about that. I'm so excited about these dot cards. Did you guys know about them? I definitely did not. Of course, my black ink is running into it, so my bad about not thinking about that. I was just excited, like, oh, the printer's gonna look, because I have the Eco Tank printer now. I got it like about a year and a half ago. I had one of those $100 HP printers, and that thing I had for like, I don't know, 15 years. That may or may not be an exaggeration. I had that thing forever for sure. And I had finally had to get a new printer about it. I think it was maybe a year and a half ago. And I went with that cheaper Eco Tank that Epson made to sell at Walmart. And it's been great. The ink usage is amazing for people like us that print a lot for our junk, well, people that use printables anyway in their junk journals and print a lot. I mean, the ink lasts forever, so it was a great deal. But this printer is really finicky. Like, I used to be able to, with that old cheap HP printer, I could print on anything. I loved printing on tissue paper and using it for pages in my journals. I'm gonna try the Kingman Green Turquoise next. And let's see. This one won't do it. It just tears it up. I can hardly print on anything different, but I was determined to try the watercolor paper. And now when it first starts to print and grab the paper, you gotta shove it to make it grab it, but once you get it to grab it, it will print on it. So that's really cool. Rhodonite. Now let's go to Fuchsite. Oh, that's so pretty. What do they mean Fuchsite barely shows up? Look at that. Alright, here is my finished little piece, color swatching, the Daniel Smith Primatech paints made with crystals and minerals. And now it's not great because, as I already stated, I didn't think about the ink running, but that's okay. I'm still happy with it, and it's still going up on my wall because I really love these paints. And someday maybe I'll paint something else with them and replace this, but for now it is going on my wall, even with the ink bleeding everywhere. I'm so happy with it. I love it. I think it's cute. So, alright, well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. See you later.